Ladies and gentlemen, it is about 1 o'clock in the morning, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the perfect time for a Halloween house tour. Hello, everybody. It is officially the spooky season of 2023. And this year, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Rather than doing like an hour-long, house tour, I decided maybe it'd be kind of fun to break it up into rooms. So in this very first introduction to my Halloween house for 2023, we are going to check out my bedroom. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be a little spooky. So get nice and cozy and brace yourself for the horrors of my bedroom. Let's go inside. My hands are frozen right now. It is so cold out here. All right, let's step into the horrors of my bedroom for Halloween 2023, baby. Oh, we're gonna go over the whole mess of horror that's happening. So first of all, I guess let's start over by my computer area. This is where I spend a decent amount of my time. So up here, this is a replica of a Beistle decoration from like the 1920s or 30s. I made it out of plywood, and it's quite large. And then I put the little construction paper frills around it, but it's a very classic, iconic look for Halloween. Hand painted it myself. Pretty good replica, if I do say so myself. Now over here, one of the new things I did on the shelves this year is with these leaves, little fall leaves, I made kind of like a, what would you even call that? Garland? It's kind of like a garland type thing that I put along the side. And what's really neat about it is it kind of makes me feel like I'm sitting right next to a Halloween tree. So it's very cozy and nice. Also, I talked about that plywood decoration. I made this bat, which once again, this bat is made out of plywood, and it's a replica of an old Beistle decoration from like the 1920s or 30s. Got that really cool tree. Oh, the spooky orange light up tree. Some vintage inspired decorations. That little skull bat. This is a cool thing. Let me see if I can grab it. It's like there's a little thing there that lights up. I love this. One of my favorites. Oh, and then look at these little springy toys from like the 80s. I think those are from 1980s. That really cool vintage looking cat. It's got like the glittery inside. Got that this year from Home Goods. This is a Bethany Low ghost. Has a little trick or treat bag. Really cool. I love a lot of Bethany Low. Bethany Low knows her stuff. Look at this little plastic haunted mansion. I don't know what that's from, like a cupcake or something from like the 70s, 1970s. This is cool. I think I got this little cat last year from Target. Let's go down to the other shelf here. Now these, these things on the sides, the owl and the cat and the pumpkin, these are replicas that are from a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I think, from World Market. And they're just blatant ripoffs of like Dennison decorations. But Dennison went out of business, so I guess you can just rip off the designs. But these are made out of like a pressed cardboard, and they have a light inside that you just turn on. They run on batteries, and the light changes colors. But I freaking love those. Very neat. In the center there, little black cat card game. Nice and vintage. I love the vintage, with Halloween, even though that's not real vintage. Look at these little cake decorations. You put those on a cupcake. Got a little scarecrow man, little witch, little black cat. Little guy over there too. Look at them. They're just having some fun. So that is like the shelf space by my computer. Very big fan of that. Look at this beast. Oh, this was like iconic from my childhood. This candelabra with the eerie glowing eyes and then the flickering candles. This is from the 1980s, I think. So it's vintage. But I bought that this year, and this is the first year that I'm displaying it. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to add a little oomph to decorations at time. So I decided rather than just putting it on the desk, I put it up on this bushel basket just to give it a little bit more presentation, you know what I mean? Added some little leaves and all that, little sprigs popping up out of the basket there. Got a little spider. This mummy doll is cute. I gotta be honest, Target this year disappointed me a little bit. Not a lot of goodies this year. A lot of repeats and I don't know. But that mummy is very cool. A little mummy doll. Look at him. He's got his little trick-or-treat bag. So we're a fan of his. Here is a coffin bank. This is old. I even have the original box. Look at that artwork. That's fantastic. But the coffin bank, now this is scary. If there's kids in the room, get them out, because this is going to haunt them. You put a coin right here, and watch carefully. Are you ready for this? Oh my God. The horrors! The horrors! He steals your money. He's like a Democrat. Hey, what? Okay, listen. But isn't that cool? Little coffin bank. I love it. It's a very iconic Halloween toy, I think. But it's cool. Got more of these little cupcake guys. You put those on the cupcakes. The little plates. Target's got some cool plates like this every year. They've been doing them for like 2 or 3 years. I've got quite a collection going. This is something from my childhood. It is a little squeaky black cat thing. See that? And you put it, you close it. And then when you open it, he squeaks. He also doesn't like to focus, but look at that. He's pretty cool. There's also one with like a ghost. It's a little squeaker. But I remember those from my childhood, so I want to get the ghost too. We've got like just a little extra piece of wood that I found. And I was like, that lattice board, I'm going to cut it up and put it underneath there. And doesn't that kind of pulls it all together? I made the little flag banner thing to hang up in there. Now look at this. Oh, this thing is so cool. It's not even that big. See, it's like a little skull. He's got a weird hat, and then there's a little white skeleton cat on it. But to me, this is like definitive Halloween style. But this is, again, Bethany Lowe. I'm going to marry Bethany Lowe, I think. Is she single? I'm going to look into it. We got a bat, again. Not to repeat myself too much, but that's Bethany Lowe, that cool glowing bat over there. I'm trying to make live direction decisions with the composition. See, I got a little bit of the leaves on the top there. I know what I'm doing. Over here, we've got this, should have probably turned this on to begin with, but we've got that glowing jack-o'-lantern, what would you even call it? Flashlight, I guess, kind of. Got some little ceramic boys there. Oh, I love that. I got those last year from Target. Little ghost and the cat. And then over here, not to skip ahead, but we got little jack-o'-lantern boy. We got the crow. I like the crow a lot. You don't see that as one of the iconic Halloween things too much, so I'm a fan of that. But where was I? Oh, so this is my radio. And I've talked about this before, but it's just a haunted radio. And it keeps going. This is like a 10-minute sketch. It's like an old-timey Halloween radio show. This one's about Dracula, but it's got creepy details with lights. And you can even change the program over here, but the Dracula one's my favorite. I love a good Dracula. So that's over by the shelf. And we've got the little Beistle decorations everywhere you look. We've got the nice banner going on. So and look at this. We got some pumpkin spice brewing at all times. This is the 2023 Bath and Body Works design. That smells good. I really like it. It's like they went with a lot of stained glass. Now look at that. That's a good shot right there with the glowy lights behind it on the left. But yeah, they went with like a stained glass look for a lot of their stuff this year, so I'm a fan. All right, let's talk about the coolest thing in the room, for God's sakes. I made this custom crypt. This is all handmade by me, And let's get a nice pan up. Look at the details. I carved the wooden details. This is made out of foam insulation paneling. So this is actually very lightweight. And, you know, I cut it out, I painted it, glued it all together. But of course, the main purpose of this is to display this bat candelabra. Look at this. Look at the details on this. This was expensive. This is from Grandin Road. And then we got some flicker candles up there. And then just a lot of little accoutrements to bring it all together. The white creepy cloth. This is just a plastic chain that I got from the Dollar Tree. We got the, you know, just little decorations. Bring it all together. We got some moss. Look at the moss over there. So, spiders crawling up it. I made some fake bolts, as you probably saw. But this, oh, and then of course there's lighting installed underneath it, and I cut some slits in the wood so it would beam up on our bat boys. So, it's just my favorite thing that I made this year. And it's my favorite thing in the room, probably. It's a life-size coffin with a amazing candelabra on display. See, again, I for this one, I'm like, let's put this on a little bushel basket. And for that candelabra, I said, let's spend a week making a freaking life-sized coffin to display that. But I'm a fan. Over, by the way, on the bed, of course, I put up some curtains and drapery. We've got the iconic skeleton boy that used to be on my grandparents' front door every Halloween when I was growing up. So I'm very proud and honored to now be the owner of that. The bed has all sorts of Halloween stuff. We got our pumpkin friend, and, well, technically he's a jack-o'-lantern, and our little cat. Look at this. Those are cool. I like that style. And then a little skull blankie. We got a bunch of blankies up here. I take all this stuff off the bed when I go to bed, and then I make it in the morning, which I actually like. Because it kind of gets me going in the morning, knowing I have to make the bed. We've got a Creepy Company rug over here. This is a vintage ceramic castle. So many fun little details. A noose. I love a good noose. And it's a castle on a hill. You know, most of the ceramics would be like a jack-o'-lantern or a ghost or a haunted house. I like that this is like a little scene. And then on the top is the castle with the moon. So very cool. Little stuff going on there. Sakis. Little jack-o'-lantern. So over by the television, we've got some goodies happening too. By the way, this is an amazing Halloween special. Stop motion SpongeBob, Legend of Bikini Bottom. Look into it. Oh, it wouldn't be Halloween season without the original and only worthwhile Luigi's Mansion game right there. Boom, love it. That's the Japanese version. So that's kind of cool. Got another one of those little plates. Look at this guy. He's from Joann Fabrics this year. Really big fan of him. And I love these little felt duos from Target. Trying to focus. There we go. But these are really cool. I've been addicted to collecting these for all the holidays and seasons. Little witch with her broom. Very fun. Then we just got some little things going on in here. Some Hardee's Happy Meal toys that I had as a kid. The bat, you know, and the cat and the goblin. Got some little party streamers back there. And this is neat. New this year. It's a little like tombstone vase with fake stuff bursting out of it. And another little vintage thing there, and the ghost. This fella here is, he's pretty fun. He's sassy.
Happy Halloween, young traveler. I could tell you a tale, but I'm afraid I'm a bit rusty.
So he says a lot of cringy stuff, but we still love him. Here's my door. Another thing I made, look at that. That is made out of plywood, just like the other stuff I've showed you. And he's a little pumpkin goblin man from, I think, Beistle back in the day. But he's quite large. I mean, look at my hand compared to just his head. and he's hanging off the door with, you know, Beistle goodness. Here is my little shelf, which has autumn garland and lights. These are very cool. Bethany Lowe. I think you can put a light in those, which I probably should have done. You know what, Josh? Put in some footage with these guys with the light in. There you go. Look at that. That's extra spooky. We're a big fan of that. I'm noticing, forgot to tell, oh my, it's a ghoul rave right now. But those are pretty great. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of these books in another little video, maybe on Instagram, maybe a YouTube short or something. But I just got some fun extra stuff over here. Some vintage trick-or-treat bags on the side. Fan of those. Never used. But this book in particular I had as a kid. And it was one of those things where you don't think about it forever, and then you just stumble upon it on eBay, and you're like, wait a minute. I remember that. I remember that artwork. It's burned in my mind. So yeah, there's that. Over here, we've got this wonderful little setup. I don't know. I just got this old little nightstand thing from like a yard sale or something and decided to use it. I love a nice old lantern. The candle in it, there's moss and spider webs going down it. So I am a big fan of that. I mean, that's my room. This is my Halloween haven. This is what I exist in for about 40 days out of every year of my life. And I'm very happy with how it looks for 2023. What do you think? I think this is better than it's ever looked. That's incredible. I didn't mention this dude, but I've had him before in previous videos. But he's very large. Stack of jack-o'-lanterns. Check this out. We got some bone-chilling pens for when you want to, you know, ghost write. It's a terrible joke, but I made it anyways, so now we just have to live with it. So there you go. Happy Halloween. This is my bedroom. And, you know, it's kind of breathtaking. I'm a fan of it. Thank you very much for joining me on this Halloween house tour. Hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun checking out my bedroom and all the creepy things inside of it. Well, like I was saying at the beginning, stick around because there's going to be even more Halloween house tours for this year. In the next one, we're going to be checking out my living room. And then we're also, of course, going to check out the kitchen and the bathroom. Still a lot more to see, so don't go anywhere. But until then, I will see you guys later on.